I'm gonna be reviewing a new product for you. In case you're wondering which product, of course, I'm gonna be talking a lot about Kindle Scribe. Now, this is Kindle Scribe. As you can see, Kindle Scribe looks pretty good. It's pretty sleek. It's not that heavy, and it looks kind of like sexy to me. And the Kindle Scribe comes in a case. So I bought it with a case, which is like a magnetic case. And this is like, how the case looks like. It's got magnet over here. So like when you take the gadget, you put Kindle Scribe on here, and it automatically kind of like attaches itself. And it's pretty sturdy, and you can set it up in a certain way, and it's pretty much a done deal. Now, when I bought Kindle Scribe, I actually paid $500 for it, so it was pretty expensive. Actually, my wife, she gifted me Kindle Scribe, and I bought it with the premium pen. Premium pen, I highly recommend. If you're buying Kindle Scribe, buy it with premium pen because it's a fantastic pen. If you've used Uniball or Parker growing up and you love taking notes, I mean, this pen really is top notch. It comes with an eraser on the back side, which you can erase your notes with it. It comes with a replaceable nib, which you can replace every couple of months. And right out of the box, Amazon gives you up to like 10 nibs for free, and I am in my third nib so far, and I've been using it quite a bit. So it's a pretty good setup. It's a pretty good device. And let me show off. I actually recently went to Hawaii, and I bought this mug from the Jurassic Valley over there. And my God, if you've not been to Hawaii, it's definitely a place to go. But more about that later. I do have actually a YouTube video on Hawaii trip, so in case you want to check that out. Okay, so now coming back to Kindle Scribe. So number one utility for this product is to take notes. If you're anything like me and you've got a lot going on, maybe you're, working and you want to take some meeting notes, do it on a Kindle Scribe. Kindle Scribe, let me show you the amount of notes that I have taken so far. So, this is the screen. It's got home, library, notebooks, and more. I go to notebooks and I see a list of all the notes that I have taken so far. Now, my notes are pretty large. So this is just for demo purposes. And like, as you can see, this is my notes. This is my note taking. So one difference that I have seen is that taking notes. Now you might be wondering that, hey, how is it different, right? I can take notes on my iPad, but I'll tell you that it's different because taking notes on a Kindle Scribe is actually writing on a piece of paper. Yeah, it actually feels like I'm writing on a piece of paper. And if I want to erase anything, like it like compared to the experience of writing on a piece of paper, like on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give Kindle Scribe a 9. That is how close it gets to writing on a piece of paper. It's almost like writing on a piece of paper. And don't even like compare it with iPad's experience on writing, taking notes is very shitty. It's almost like writing on a whiteboard, with a marker. And here, it's kind of like writing with the chalk. Like it's really goes in. You feel, and when you press it, you can bold it up, and you can highlight different text. You can come over here, you can highlight text that you want to highlight. There's a lot of things that you can do. And you can bold this. If you don't like, you can decide how thin or thick this is. So there are a lot of things that you can do. So definitely it allows you to take notes. And Kindle comes with a huge cloud library. So like when you go here, all these notes are saved in the cloud. So I've got like a lots of notes, as you can see, and each note, and there are files that are like 260 pages even. So you can create folders, you can put notes in the folders. And when you create a new notebook, so you go on the plus sign, you go to create notebook, you can create a folder, or you can create a notebook. And I want to create a notebook, so I go on a notebook. Now there are multiple designs that you can see of what your notebook should be. So let's say you decide this and you go on create. So your notebook comes like this. So you can have this kind of design capability, of on which notebook you want to take your notes on. So I think like that's a really big plus. Second thing, of course, if you're buying a Kindle, you are probably using it to read books and stuff. So to read the books, of course, you go to the library section, and then you got a list of all the Kindle books that you've been reading. So recently I read this book, 100 Million Offers. It's a really good book. So there are things that I highlighted in the book, and this is how a book layout actually looks like. And one thing to keep in mind is that you can take notes in the book. Now you can't take notes on the margin, like you can't write anything over here or here, you can't circle, none of that is allowed. But you can go here, click on a note, you can press here, and then a notebook opens up, and you can write your note for that particular paragraph over here. And this note gets saved, and maybe a couple of months later you want to review this book again, like I will. I think I'll use this book again. Some of the notes I'll read through again. So you can go through all that. But what I'm essentially trying to get to is that the process of reading books, the process of taking notes, is really, really streamlined with Kindle Scribe. I have never been a book reader, but this year, because of Kindle Scribe, I have managed to read a lot of books. So definitely, this is a good device that you can use to read books and stuff. So the functionality is kind of limited right now. I would say it's only used for like reading books and taking notes. That's pretty much it, I would say. But by the way, I'm going to pause you for a second. And this is a new Leonardo statue that I ordered from Amazon. Take a look at this. If this ain't cool, I don't know what's cool. Look at this. Like this, like look at that shell, man. I absolutely love this. It costed me $25. Ain't that amazing? Well, anyways, so coming back to it, so don't compare Kindle Scribe to an iPad. On an iPad you can do YouTube, there are a bunch of different apps that you can install. You can't do any of that here, but that's not what Kindle Scribe is for. Just because iPad and Kindle Scribe look similar in a tablet format, people compare it. An iPad, this is an iPad right here, needs to be compared to a MacBook, right? An iPad kind of replaces MacBook functionality, but a Kindle Scribe is a device to take notes, especially if you're busy as me, taking notes, you want it all synchronized, all highlighted. And maybe, I recently was preparing for an interview. So of course, I could read through all my notes that I took when I was learning something, all from one single place. And maybe you want to read a book, you can do all that with Kindle Scribe. When I bought it for $500. I think price is reduced now. It's close to like somewhere in mid 300. I think it's definitely a really good gadget and a must have if you're really trying to improve yourself, you're trying to uplift, like you realize that you've been a certain way and you want to improve the quality of your life. And maybe I actually think a lot, like, there are many thoughts that actually come to my head every single day. And now with Kindle Scribe, I can actually write down those thoughts. And that really allows me to streamline what I'm actually aiming for. So definitely, it really helped me. And I think if you're thinking of whether you should buy or not, it's definitely something you should buy. It's a big plus for me and a must have, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you liked it. And be tuned for some of the other videos that I will share soon. All right. Bye-bye.